It has been 1 week since a gunman took the lives of 21 people inside a Uvalde, Texas elementary school. And tonight, we are hearing from a local mom who used to call that small town home.
Ashley Armbruster's family now lives in Erie, but they still have relatives and friends in that part of Texas. Some who were in school that day. Our Kara Coleman has her story, one that you'll only see on Erie News Now.
You mourn for those kids that aren't yours, but they're yours. Everyone raises each other. It's just a village.
For most of us watching the horror unfold at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas last week, it was an unthinkable tragedy in a town we didn't know much about.
That's where my older two were born. That's where we bought our first house together.
But for Ashley Armbruster, it was a much more personal attack.
If we didn't move, we would still be there. And my daughter's in 4th grade. So these are the kids that she would have been with.
Armbruster and her family now live in Millcreek, but she was born and raised in Texas and for more than 6 years called Uvalde home.
That's probably one of my favorite things about Uvalde is that it's a family. And when you're there, you're family.
So when a gunman walked into Robb Elementary School last week and opened fire, killing 19 4th graders and 2 teachers, it didn't seem real.
My husband actually was texting me, and I kind of thought it was not like a joke, but like it was unreal. And it was just surreal to think that this little tiny community would have something this traumatic happen.
Armbruster says they know many families directly impacted by last week's shooting, including one friend who was inside Robb Elementary that day.
She was in the building. She's a 4th grade teacher there, and just to hear like how she felt having a child in 3rd grade, her being in the building, like her reaction to how horrifying it was, it's heart-wrenching.
And while there are many questions and debates about what exactly happened that day, Armbruster says it's important to remember those 21 victims, many whose lives were just getting started.
We just want to make sure that everyone still just remembers that, those families are struggling, those parents are having to bury children, and that needs to be the focus.
Kara Coleman, Erie News Now.
Thanks, Kara. Meantime, the highly criticized police response to the school shooting is now the focus of a new Justice Department review.
Sources say the DOJ is expected to name the person who will lead that probe within just a few days.